not a recording.
Okay.
Or I'll stand here so you kind of look
okay.
this direction. But yeah, so tell me, Mom, your thoughts, going into your senior year, her senior year.
So my thoughts were just that she would do the EVIT cosmetology program, and then when she got done with the cosmetology program her senior year, she would graduate, start working, and then probably take some classes at the local community college. And I hadn't thought anything about a university because I just thought that it would be too expensive. We have 10 kids, and she's our fourth one to graduate from high school, and none of our other children have gone straight from high school to a university. Two of our kids, well actually all three of our older kids have gone on missions after graduating, and then one of our children came back and went to the community college. So my thoughts were just, okay, she'll follow the same path and she'll do the same thing, but she'll have a little advantage because she'll have this career opportunity of being a cosmetologist on the side, and that could help pay her way through school. But then she brought the paper home for the college-bound program, and she was like, Mom, I want to sign up for this. I wanted to go to this class. And I was like, okay, yeah, why not? It's always a good thing to prepare for college and to figure out your future, and anything that can teach you how to be more independent and take that step to launch, in the world. So she started taking the classes, and I didn't realize it, but like during the classes and stuff, she started filling out paperwork and she started submitting things. I didn't know. I didn't realize what was happening. And then she's like, oh, Mom, I think I might try to go to ASU or NAU or, U of A or somewhere like that. And I was like, oh, wow, well, that's really expensive. I don't know if that would work for our family. I don't know how that's going to work. And so she's like, well, I'm just going to keep going to my classes, and I'm just going to fill out paperwork, and I'm just going to keep moving forward. And then like time went by, and she came back and she goes, Mom, I think I might end up getting scholarships. And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, I'm filling out all this stuff for scholarships. I'm writing essays, I'm turning stuff in, and I think I might get a few scholarships. So I was like, okay, well, just go for it. Like, it never hurts to go for it, just do what you can. And then she came back later and she's like, Mom, I got a scholarship. And I was like, really? And she's like, yeah, it says that I can go to ASU. And I was dumbfounded. I did not think that was going to happen. I did not realize, it's not that I didn't think she was smart enough or didn't think that she had the grades or the service, or it's not that. I just didn't understand personally the process of how to do that. And in my mind, I always thought you had to be the valedictorian of the school or somewhere close to that. And if you weren't, then how are you going to go to college? I just thought that it was out of your reach if you weren't in the top 3 of your whole graduating class. And I knew she went to a school with like 1,000 kids in her graduating class. So I was just like, so I was just dumbfounded when she came back and said that she had gotten the scholarship, and that you guys had helped her fill out all the paperwork and turn everything in and do everything that she needed to do to be able to get the scholarship. It was just awesome. I was excited. I was excited for her. So anyways, Alexa will end up being our first child, and she's 4th down, that will be able to have the opportunity to graduate from high school and go straight to a university and just like launch right into her future. And also, still on the side, she's going to get her cosmetology license, and she's going to try to work a couple days a week cutting hair and just have some money for expenses and things like that. So I'm just really excited for her. I'm really proud of her, and I'm really grateful to you guys for what you did for her and what you did for our family, because, this was out of our reach financially. So there's no way that she could have done this.
So your turn, Alexa. That's perfect, though. The fact that it's that meaningful. And we had an event at our house the other day, and I brought in some students that have actually graduated college. And one of them, I said, how did it work for you? And she got 2 sentences out and just cried, because it was not possible for her in her mind until we worked together and she graduated college. So I get it, you know, it's a really pivot, to use a word of art these days. It's a real pivot for families to realize, oh my gosh, this is within my reach.
Yeah.
So we met, and
Yeah.
what was on your mind when I came through for College Bound, and what were you thinking you were going to be doing, and you got this idea, and just take it away.
Yeah, well, I didn't, like, College Bound sort of opened up a door for me that, like, I sort of hoped for, but I didn't know existed. And so when I met you guys, I was, you know, in senior year, everyone's asking you about what you're doing and what you're, like, what you want in your future, and I knew I wanted to go to college. I just didn't know how it was going to happen. And then you guys came, and I was so lucky that you came into my life and that I was able to join that group, and you guys helped me through the process of going and learning that I could go to college and into a university.
Did it seem complicated, the whole process that we were going through?
Oh, it was so complicated. But like I had your number, so I was able to text you if I had any questions, and you were there to, like, help me.
What made it hard? I mean, just in your memory of that time together and filling stuff out, what made it hard, so people can understand the challenges? What really kind of frosts my cake is you don't have the experience of applying for something that complicated, and there's really not a lot of help. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. No, you're fine. It's fine.
Come on.
There's 10 of them. What are you gonna do, right? So what did it feel like, you know, when we started filling all that stuff out? Did you get any help at your home school, or, you know, was there information available, or, you know, how did that all work?
I had a counselor at my school that was, like, just put out a lot of, like, options for universities. That's why I, like, was looking. And then I feel like ASU, it just, as I went further down that road, it, like, just, like, it opened up so much more than the other options.
What was it like when we started filling out? Because we actually had 8 sessions together.
Yeah.
So what did that, you know, when did you get the sense that, oh my gosh, this is a big deal, this is hard?
I know. I had to think, like, okay, one step at a time. Like, I'll do, like, you told me things I needed to do. I'm like, okay, I'll do this one, like, over this weekend, and then I'll get that done, and then I'll go and do this thing next. But it's good that I had you there to tell me what things I had next to do, because I wouldn't have known I needed to fill out a lot of the things that I did.
Yeah.
And I don't think the high school, I think what the high school did was they just say, here's all these opportunities, go to these websites, figure it out, or get a book that talks about scholarships and apply for everything. And it just looks like this big, huge thing, and you don't know where to start, and then you don't know what paperwork to fill out, and I don't know, you just don't even know where to start, right?
Yeah, it helps. I had, like, my own personal cheerleader, with, like, helping me along the way.
And, like, that sort of knows the steps to take.
Yeah.
You know.
Because, like my parents didn't know what to do to help me with any of this. And then none of my siblings had done that. So I was, like, so alone in the process of it. And then I probably would have given up.
And so I don't exactly remember the day, but there was a day when I notified you. I had to have looked in your portal and said something to you. Do you remember? I really don't remember, but we go over to EVIT. We're in the second floor. We go in this classroom, and, you know, as we move through the process, there's a day when ASU's accepted you, and your portal's been activated. We get your FAFSA done, and then probably around January, I'm guessing, finally the school's systems catch up with all the information that you've put in, and they come out with a financial aid package. Do you remember?
when I got the
yeah.
scholarship.
Mm-hmm.
So I, like, looked at my financial page on it, and I was like, I don't know what this means. And then I sent you a picture of it, and then you told me that I got the scholarship, and I was like, what? and then I went and I told you,
And I didn't believe it. I was like, what? Did this really happen? At first I was like, are you sure? You need to text back. You need to you need to confirm this, because I didn't believe it. I was like, is this for real? You really got the scholarship to go to college?
And what prompted you to come visit EVIT? Come visit me at EVIT?
Okay, because I honestly didn't trust it. I was like, I kept saying to her, are you for sure? Because I don't want to all of a sudden you start classes and then they all of a sudden are coming after us for $15,000 for the first semester. I said, we can't do this. You don't understand. Like, this is freaking me out. I need to talk to a human being and have them tell me that we are not going to have to pay $15,000 from August to December. We cannot do that. And so I was freaking out because I honestly did not believe that somebody really was going to help her and that she was going to really have a real scholarship and that ASU was really accepting her and that there was a real scholarship. I honestly didn't believe it. So I physically wanted to come and talk to you and see a human being and have them actually look at me and tell me this is for real. And that's why I came. So I came, and then when I talked to you, I was just like, okay, this is for real. This is actually for real. My daughter is really, this has really happened for us. This is a miracle. And yeah, because I was scared, and I kept getting her scared because I kept looking at stuff and going, oh, I don't know, this says this, and this says that there's still bank loans, and I don't understand this part of it, and there's just so much, and you just don't understand, and I needed somebody that had already walked this road before that could look back and say, no, you're okay, I gotcha, I got her, it's all gonna be okay, just keep moving forward. Because I at some point kept saying to her, I don't know, maybe you should just take a step back. Maybe you should go ahead and just apply to MCC as a backup. You know, I don't know about this. And so yeah, I just finally said to Alexa, I said, can I just please come to College Bound? Can I just please meet these people? Can I talk to them? I need to see them and talk to them.
You're not the only mom, let me tell you.
Oh, really? Well, and then it was so fun for me because I actually got to come and sit through one of your classes, and it was so fun. Like, you guys were teaching about how to open bank accounts and how to be financially responsible and like how to make sure that you don't lose your scholarship and what you need to do to make sure to reapply for things every year. And it was just really informative, and I was like, these are real life skills, like, and like how to be responsible with credit cards and with all that. And I was like, these are real life skills that I should be teaching my daughter. I'm really grateful that someone's covering this right now, because I would have been like, oh yeah, by the way, here's a credit card and this is, you know, be responsible, you know. But no, it was really good. I was so glad, and I was like, these are great things. Somebody should be teaching our kids, our youth, these things before they launch. They need to understand, you know, like, you work so hard to get these scholarships. Well, you know, you have to maintain a certain number of credits. You have to maintain a certain GPA. You have to, you know, what do you have to do? You have to reapply for things, and just to hear that, and also to hear everything that you were teaching about, like how to open bank accounts and how to be responsible and all of that. That was awesome. I thought it was really informative.
Yeah.
I loved it.
So I just, it's emotional to me when you say that somebody was actually going to help her, because that's why I do it. It's just, how can you let an opportunity evaporate when a person is capable and they've got a vision of what they want to do in the future? This is the gateway to get there, and it's so, you know, disappointing to me that it's not, you know, promoted, and there's no ownership in our society for this step.
Yeah.
And if you haven't had somebody in your family to go, or your parents haven't gone, how are you to know? How could you possibly know? That's what just, I don't get it.
Yeah, it just seems so big. It just, and it's not that I didn't want it for the kids, or I wasn't willing to put the effort and work into it. There was just two parts to it. There was a part that it seemed so big, and there seemed so many facets to it. I didn't know how to go about it. And then it really honestly scared me like heading down that road and taking on that financial responsibility. I didn't, you know, so.
Now she's all set. She's
Now
got classes, her books, and everything.
Classes, her books are already being shipped. She got 3 of her books. They showed up yesterday, and she's starting class on the 20th. And
Yeah.
I think you're pretty excited about it too.
Definitely.
And the thing that's so exciting is you can see to the end to actually getting that bachelor's. You know, where that wasn't something that I was able to do. I went to a 2-year college and got an associate's, and then I got married and started a family, and so I never got the bachelor's, and now I'm like, oh man, it would be so great to have a bachelor's. So I'm just excited for her to be able to actually go and get a bachelor's and then decide from that point on what she wants to do, you know. So.
And you also put in an essay for a laptop. How did that work out?
Oh yes, I got a laptop.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I wrote the essay, and then it came back, and yeah, I'm just so blessed.
So what happened is COVID, frankly, is what happened, and it uncovered something that I wasn't really aware of. And so we do laptop scholarships every year, maybe 1 or 2. And when COVID hit, the students came forward and explained that they couldn't finish their application process, their admissions process, because you have to download a math test to take, for one thing, or your orientation was going to be online and it's hours long, and you have to be able to manipulate and do class, you know, collect your schedules, and those kinds of things you can't do with a cell phone, and you can't do with a Chromebook, and you have to have a well-functioning laptop or computer to get that done.
Oh, wow.
COVID hit, all this came out, and people were in lockdown, couldn't go anywhere. Orientations were already scheduled, life was moving on, and so I began to realize that we were going to have to provide laptops, or all this work we had done all year long was going to be for nothing for some people. They can't go anywhere, you can't go get help, you're in lockdown, they've got their orientation. Just, you know, those kinds of things were kind of startling, and so we began to purchase laptops, and we got the refurbished ones so that we could afford enough of them.
Oh,
And we ended up giving out like 17 laptops
Oh wow.
because it just was, first of all, that 31% of all the kids in our program this year, 31% did not have laptops to go to college. That's a lot.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Didn't have them. Didn't have a well-functioning laptop to go. Couldn't finish their admissions process. So that's what happened. So
Wow.
I don't think it's going to be different any other year. It's just that COVID made it blatant,
Oh,
you know.
yeah.
So now we're out doing fundraising so that we can get computers for the next cohort.
Oh, wow, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, we're really excited about it. We actually have a little station set up for her with
Yeah.
her laptop, and we have an extra little screen there and a keyboard, and then so she can, when she's at home, have both screens to work off of. You could probably
Yeah, we'll probably go take a
take
picture
a peek
of
at that.
Yeah.
But then her laptop, she gets, obviously she can take it to and from school with her. So that was so exciting.
Yeah.
She was so excited. She was like, Mom!
All right, I'm going to stop and then